Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today we will go deeper into the mysteries of the use of the words what and how. They usually introduce questions. Well, not only questions in fact, but today we will mostly speak about questions. This difference was played out in a very hilarious video of our channel illustrating misunderstanding between Helga and Paul. Let us now revise it and, as usual, do some exercises together. One of the most funny phrases I have ever heard from my students is, "How do you think?" My immediate reaction is to say, quite clearly and sober, don't worry. Another amusing question is, how do you call it? How do you call your dog? Well, I usually whistle, or I yell loudly. That is how I call him. And then he hears me and runs to me. If you are interested in the name of the dog, you should use what? What do you call it? What do you call your dog? The phrase, how do you think, may allow to presume that you doubt my ability to use my brains. If you are interested in somebody's opinion, you must ask, what do you think? For example, I will paint the sky pink. What do you think? Okay, you are painting sunset, make it pink. Or, Steve will not jump with parachute again. What do you think? I think not. He broke his leg once and now he's afraid of parachutes. There is, however, a type of questions where we put the phrase, do you think, into a bigger question. It may be added after any question word, including how. For example, how do you think it will happen? When do you think it will happen? Why do you think it will happen? For example, Paul may ask Helga, when will you come back? In this case, he expects a more or less exact answer, for example, in 20 minutes. Or if he suspects that Helga herself doesn't know for sure because she likes shopping, he may ask, when do you think you will come? And then she may answer, well, in 20 minutes or maybe in 2 hours. You can ask somebody, what can we do to make this cat move more and not be so lazy? Or to show that we rely on your friend's opinion, we can ask, what do you think we should do to make this cat move more? Or we can ask, how can we make this cat move more? Also, we can add, do you think? How do you think we can make this cat move more? In this case, how does not refer to the phrase do you think. Remember, we can remove do you think, and the word how remains. So this built-in structure, do you think, in this sentence intensifies my interest in somebody's opinion, but not in how well or badly the person is able to use his brains. Now, to finish talking about the questions, what do you think, and the built-in structure, do you think, please compare these two questions. We must make this cat move more. What do you think? And how do you think we can make this cat move more? So if we remove do you think, the question itself does not change. How can we make this cat move more? How do you think we can make this cat move more? Okay, let's move on. Let us talk now about how does it look and what does it look like. Both questions are good, but their meaning is a little different. The answer to how does it look will be most general. It looks good, or it looks bad, or it looks strange. What does it look like requires a description. Remember our episode when Paul bought a barbecue set? He was asked, a barbecue set, what does it look like? And Paul gave a full description saying that it had a broiling rack, a temperature gauge, forks for meat, etc. Now, please think, if you are giving a presentation of some product, for example, this teddy bear, and you are showing a slide with its picture, what will you say? Here is what it looks like, or here is how it looks. Obviously, your aim is to give a detailed picture of it. You want to show details, its color, its pores, the expression of its face, and so on. So you will say, here is what it looks like. Now, let us do some exercises together, and as usual, I will give you some time to think. Here are the answers to some questions, and you must choose the right question. How does it look on one hand, or what does it look like, or what is it like on the other hand? Question number 1, have a look. The answer is most laconic in general, so the right option is, how was the film? It was boring. Sentence number 2. See how detailed the answer is. So this detailed description is definitely a response to what is the film like. Now, a situation. Somebody says, I saw Jack yesterday. Then comes a question which you must formulate looking at the answer. He was tired. I'm sure you guessed right. The question most probably was, how did he look? Well, that was easy, wasn't it? You are now almost experts on how and what, aren't you? Now one last effort. In the next 2 sentences, put in how or what. Sentence number 4. We remember that when we want an opinion, we ask, what do you think? So the right answer is what. And sentence number 5. We have the word like at the end, so it cannot be how. We ask, what is it like, or what does it look like? So the right answer is what. Great. Now we know all about the difference between how and what, and I have to say goodbye. Thank you for being with us, and see you again soon.